Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a video on a full face of my favorite drugstore products. So if you want to see how to get this look and what products it is, then just keep watching. Okay, so we're going to be doing a video, like I said, testing out all of my favorite drugstore products. I don't have every single product for every category, so there's only a couple though. I think there's maybe 2. So let's go ahead and just get started. So first off is primer. And I don't have a favorite primer, but I do have one that I do like. So it's the Maybelline Master Prime, and this is in the, it just says 300. It's the Blur plus Redness Control one. So we're gonna put that on. I feel like this is a good mixture between silicone and lotion. So I like this one. I do notice it helps dim my redness down a little bit. So my all-time favorite foundation right now from drugstore and high-end is actually the Physicians Formula Healthy Elixir. No, it's just called the Healthy Foundation. Wrong company. I have the shade LC1. This is right now my favorite. I also really like the CYO, what's it called, like Lifelong Foundation, I think. I'm not sure. I did a video testing the CYO product, so if you want to see that, I will link it in here somewhere. That one will say the foundation. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but right now I actually like this one a little bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and put this all over. The only thing I don't like about this is that it's a doe foot applicator to apply it, so I have to dip it in so many times. That's the one thing I don't like, but because I like the formula so much, I think it's worth it. And I guess sticking with the drugstore theme, my Morphe sponge is like my absolute favorite sponge, so. I would definitely say this is a medium to full coverage. I think you can build it up pretty close to full coverage. But like I said, it just kind of sucks because of how many times you have to dip it in because of the wand. But I notice it doesn't look cakey the more I put it on. Okay, so the one thing I don't have from the drugstore is concealer. I bought the LA Girl, which I've heard a lot of people say is really nice, but I didn't get a good shade, so I don't know about that one. I don't have anything from the drugstore, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my Tarte Shape Tape off camera, and then I'll be right back. So now that my concealer is on, I'm going to go ahead and set it. And I've been using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Sweep and Lock Translucent Powder, so I'm going to use that today. And I can't really find a good drugstore powder for dry skin. This one seems to work nicely. It's not my favorite, but it works good. So I'm just gonna set the under eyes. It is very finely milled, which is good. I'm actually gonna use that same powder to set my whole face as well. So moving on to bronzer, one of my top rated ones would be the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, but I actually went back to an old product that I've had for a while and I re-fell in love with it. I've used this every day for the past probably 2 weeks now. So this is my favorite. This is the Wet n Wild Contour Palette. I'm completely out of the yellow shade, but this is in the shade Dulce de Leche, and I love this bronzer. It's like I could accidentally get too much really easily, like I'll just show you, and that's like a lot, but it blends out so nice. Like, I forgot how good this is. Like, do you see this? I love this. Love it. And I think it's like $4 maybe. Alright, next. Let's go with highlighter. So I have 2 highlighters that I really like. It is the Wet n Wild, what is it, Mega Glow Highlighting Powder. This is in the shade Precious Petals. I don't wear it as often because it's more of a pink tone gold. So sometimes, depending on how fair I am, it comes off too pink, and I don't really like pink that often. So I don't really wear this too often anymore, but I just wanted to let you know about them, that they're in my tops. But right now, what I really like is the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter. And this is in the shade Champagne. We're gonna add this, and I might mix the two colors. I actually think I'm gonna add a little bit of the Wet n Wild one on top of it, just because this is looking a little too gold for my skin right now. Alright, so the next is blush, and my favorite blushes are actually Wet n Wild. It's their color icon. This is in the shade Rose Champagne. This is what it looks like. It's a really matte, I don't know, it's a really pretty color. So we're gonna put that one. And I like that they're subtle because I don't really like that much blush. So for me, this works amazing. Alright, so next is eyebrows. I haven't really tried too many drugstore eyebrow pencils, so my favorite, because I haven't tried that many, is the Maybelline Total Temptation. It's a brow definer, which is the only part about this that I don't like. I would rather it have been like a point. I still like the product itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now that my brows are done, next would be eyeshadow. I didn't do a primer because I normally just use my concealer as my eyeshadow primer. But lately, my favorite is actually the Makeup Revolution and Soph X palette, or collab, I mean. This is what these shades look like. And if you can't get your hands on that, I actually really like the Maybelline's Total Temptation. I think it just says it's a shadow and highlight palette. This is what that looks like. This is actually a really good palette as well. But I'm going to use the Makeup Revolution one. So I did throw away the insert that comes with it that says the names, so I can't tell you what the names are. But we're going to just go in with this first shade, which is just basically a Your Skin But Better shade. Next I'm going to go in with this shade over here, which is just like a really light pinky blush color. We're going to put that in the transition. Okay, and then I'm actually going to go in with this shade, which is just a slightly darker, more pink tone. Like the first one was more like a Your Skin color pink, if that makes sense. Like it's not your skin color, but it was basically. This one's more pink colored. Okay, then I'm going to go in the shade, whoa. Oh, I took a chunk out. We're going to do the shade right next to it, which is just a deeper pink. And I like to slowly blend up colors just because I feel like it makes the blend look a lot nicer. Especially when I don't have the time to sit there and blend forever. The more colors I pack on, the better it seems to look. This is turning really red, not red, orangey. So I'm actually going to take the orange shade in this palette right there. It's not like a real orange, it's more like a deeper orange. We're going to take that and add that. That's pigmented. Okay, so now that we have the orange down, I'm thinking I'm going to try, maybe we'll just make this monochromatic and use the shimmery orange shade in the palette. We'll try that. If it doesn't work, we'll put something else on. This shade has a lot of fallout. Let's dust that off. I'm not really feeling it. I think what I'm going to do is take the gold shade, the really light gold, and just try to put that on top and see if that helps a little. Alright, so I'm going to take the orange shade and just put it a little bit on my lower lash line, but not a lot. I don't want to look sick. Alright, and then I'm going to go back in with the dusty pink shade. Ooh, where are you? And I'm just going to add that. And I'm trying to keep that all on the outer edge. Okay, for eyeliner I'm going to use the Maybelline Curvitude liner. This actually isn't my absolute favorite liner, but I don't want to use, my favorite is the Maybelline gel one, but I just don't really feel like using a pencil or a liner brush, so I'm just going with this. Oh crap, that's too thick. Dang! Alright, well one eye looks good, the other one doesn't. Okay, good enough. It is what it is. Alright. I'm going to grab a little definer with the black shade in the palette just to help bring the liner a little bit down to match more with my lower lash line. So then to help open my eyes a little bit, I'm going to use the Rimmel London Exaggerate
Waterproof eyeliner in the shade in the nude. I'm just going to put that in the waterline to help open my eyes back up.
So for mascara, I would normally do the L'Oreal Lash Paradise, but I only had mine for like 2 or 3 months and it dried out really fast. So I'm actually just going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Waterproof. This is really old too, so I don't know if it's dry. Okay, so that mascara was too dry, so I had to go in with something that's not drugstore. So then for lips, my favorite right now is the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip in the Velvet Finish, and this is in the shade All Natural Nude. Okay, so that is all my favorite drugstore products at the moment. I do not have a setting spray, so if you know a good setting spray, let me know in the comments down below. That's all I have for this video, so thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one.